Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us. My name is Lynn Pham, and today I have with me instructor Heiko Riel, and we will be talking about his upcoming photography classes. But I'll give you a little bit of an update about the School of Continuing Education. So we focus on preparatory and post-graduation professional development. We have over 9,000 students. We've recently moved into our new home at Allard Hall. We will be delivering classes online and in some cases in person with physical distancing measures. So we hope to see you soon. But what we're really here for is for you to get an introduction to one of our instructors. So this is Heiko.
Thanks, Lynn. We'll just kind of start off talking a little bit about my career path. And over the past, I've been fortunate over the past 20 years to have been professional in the creative arts, from everything from graphic design to web design to photography. And I'm now getting close to entering my first decade of photography, where I do studio work, but I also do a lot of commercial and event work. And living in Edmonton, the event work is what was big because it's event city. So it's making sure that I was able to grow my business by fulfilling what the market needs there. I've also been very grateful to have been able to teach for the past 2 decades as well. And I've taught for every major institution in Edmonton and around Alberta, including both the public and Catholic school boards in both Edmonton and Calgary, consulting their students, their teachers on how to teach these creative arts with bigger classrooms. Recently, I relocated into Summerland, British Columbia, and what's incredible about that is where we are right now with online education. Is this is allowing a school like MacEwan University to be able to have subject matter experts internationally come in and be able to deliver courses where they're not just stuck to using regional talent anymore. So I'm really lucky to be able to do this. And this is a picture from my backyard here that's being shown. So it doesn't suck out here at all. My philosophy when it comes to teaching is the ingredients, not formulas. I'm not interested in giving anybody quick wins. I'm not interested in giving hacks. I'm not interested in just showing you how you can, do this one way and then you'll always get a great photograph. That's all good, but you're going to eventually hit a wall, and a student's going to hit a wall because they're not going to know why things are working. But if you understand what the ingredients are that make up a great photograph, the student then is able to pick and choose what they want to put into their own specific process. And then it's my job as their teacher and their mentor, and more importantly, their coach, to inspire and encourage them to continue to do the work, because it takes a lot of work to make great photographs. It doesn't just happen. It's and specifically when you want to take great photographs with intention. And that kind of leads us into the next part. Outside of the teaching philosophy is that how can I make better photographs? And this is the number one question that I hear from students when they start coming into these programs. They just want to make better photographs. So one of the areas that I teach that no other photography program I know really teaches is what's called visual literacy. And it's about learning how to read images. And so then you're going to know what works and what's not working and how you can fix those things. That ties into what's called your point of view. And everybody has this very unique point of view that is inherently theirs. Nobody can take it from you. It's very important that you share that with the world. That's why I encourage all of my students that it's important for you to keep taking pictures and sharing those pictures. Because what your point of view involves, it involves the intent. So why are you taking that photograph? It involves your subject, what or who that subject is, and then how are you going to finish it? So a quick example of this is the photograph that's here on this slide. Is the intention of this photograph was I was commissioned by a music magazine to take a photograph of the singer Randy Blythe from a hard rock band. And Randy is a very passionate singer. He's a great photographer as well, but he's suffered through some severe mental illnesses. And when he sings, he's just this explosion of energy. So knowing this now, I was waiting for this specific moment to happen, and I was able to capture this moment. And that ties in with my finishing approach to it, where I took the colorway so we could really focus on this explosive moment that happened, and it ties in with the article that explains how much passion he has with his singing. So these are the types of things that, from learning a few different key concepts, anybody's able to learn how to read images, and they're able to really start to critique their own images, and then you're really making photos with intention, and that's what makes good and great photographs. So here's the three things that I kind of tie it up into about the path to better photographs is we're learning to see, and that comes from visual literacy, is that you've got to learn how to use your eyes, and you have to learn how to see like the camera sees. You have to understand light, because if we don't have light, we don't have photography. It's very simple. It's not about the little black box, the camera. It's about the sun, and it's about the light that we have around us. And then lastly, it's just understanding the technical aspects of that camera to be able to achieve the look that we want. Photography is not a game, so you can't win photography. You can't. I don't agree with the term of you're a master photographer. It's a practice, and it's a practice where we're with continual improvement, where we're constantly learning our craft, and we're sharing, and we're it's just this growth, and that's what keeps, I think that's what keeps people into it for life, is once they get past that initial technical hurdle, they're in it for life, because there's always something new that you can learn by doing when you press every time you press that shutter. And then going into all the different classes that I teach for the photography certificate, I'm primarily doing all of the online delivery of the course, and I've worked very extensively in long hours to figure out how we can actually translate an in-person class to online. And it's really exciting how this is actually working. So it's broken down into 4 key classes that I teach, and that's the digital photo basics, which is a quick workshop that touches on learning about your equipment. Then in digital photography 1, we learn about the technical aspects of photography, but we're also starting to introduce you to the intent and why you're going to be taking those photographs. In digital photography 2, we're building more on that intent, but now we start to bring the subject in. And then in speed lighting, the technical aspect comes back into it, because we're really going to start to understand light, but how light interplays with the subject and how to deal with the subject. And then finally, Lightroom is the finishing area of photography. So you can take the classes in this order, or if you take after digital photography 1, sometimes students will jump around between speed lighting, photography 2, and Lightroom. They kind of interchange each other because they're all at kind of the same level once you have the technical stuff down. I also teach the Starting Your Creative Business course, where, coming from my experiences and my successes and my failures over the past 2 decades of being a freelancer in the creative arts, on what we need to do to make sure that we're running a legitimate business that's growing, that's profitable, that we can continue to do this so you can lead the lifestyle that you want to lead. And then finally, we do a fun little workshop on mobile photography, where we expose people just to the point of view and utilizing the simple tool of a camera phone, and how we can start to implement our point of view into those sorts of things.
All right, well, thank you very much, Heiko. So please visit our website at MacEwan.ca/SCE to learn more.